Hello, baseball fans. The league championship series has finally arrived. I do love the LCS. I always love every round, the last round before the final round, because it's always interesting to see two series or two games in the case of football, each with two teams playing for that spot chance to play for the whole thing. In the case of Major League Baseball, it is the League Championship Series, which has been part of this sport since 1969, which was also the year that introduced divisional play, which had the American and National Leagues each divided into two divisions, West and East. At the time, originally, the League Championship Series was contested between the winners of the West and East divisions in each league, and it was a best-of-5 series from 69 until 1984. 1985, they extended it to the current best-of-7 format. And of course, since 1995, the League Championship Series is contested between the two winners of the respective leagues' division series. And of course, it's four. Of course, whoever gets to 4 wins advances to the World Series, plays for the whole thing. And in the American League this year, it's the Seattle Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays, two teams who debuted in the same year, 1977. The Blue Jays, they rose up early, first making the postseason in '85, which is their 9th year, and of course they kept momentum up, and it led to them winning the World Series in '92 and repeating it in '93. Of course, it's been a while since they would have more October baseball, but they would be back in the playoffs very recently. Seattle hasn't had that much success. They didn't make the playoffs until 1995, and even so, their postseason has been few and far in between. And of course, they're the only team in this league in this Major League Baseball that's never won a pennant. So, tonight was Game 1 in Toronto at Rogers Center, and of course, the Seattle Mariners won that 5-game series over the Detroit Tigers, and the Blue Jays eliminated the Yankees. So, Game 1 was tonight. Who took it? Wow. It was a good game, a good low-scoring game. Toronto did strike first in the first inning. George Springer hit that home run, but very little. I mean, very little happened with Toronto after that. I think they only had like one hit after that. And then, of course, Cal Raleigh tied up with a homer of his own. And then Jorge Polanco took over, drove in 2 runs in the later innings. 3-run was the score, and it held up. The Mariners went on to win 3-1, and they strike first in this ALCS. They basically took home field from Toronto. They are 1 up in the American League Championship Series. It's always amazing when the road team wins Game 1. That means the worst that could happen is it's a split. That kind of means they can afford to lose Game 2 in a way, but you kind of want to take that too, because if you take Game 2, you take the first 2 games of the road, you're pretty much on easy street. But yeah, Toronto had no answer other than that home run. The offense just fizzled. It's crazy. All I can say is I hope the Yankees would take it, though. It's my goodness. But yeah. So Seattle did it. They took Game 1, and they're pretty much in the driver's seat. They struck first, and that was the only game. That was the only game tonight. Tomorrow, it's Game 2 of this series again. Game 2 of the ALCS Mariners Blue Jays in Toronto, with Seattle 1 up. That's early. That's early at 5:03 p.m. Eastern, 2:03 p.m. Pacific, and then later tomorrow night, it's Game 1 in the National League between the Dodgers and the Brewers in Milwaukee. And of course, that series is a rematch from 2018, which the Dodgers won in 7. And we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, that's my recap of Game 1 of this year's ALCS. If you like this video, click the like button if you're on YouTube. Click subscribe for more if you're on TikTok and Instagram. Feel free to hit that follow button. And I'll be back tomorrow with a recap of both games. So stay tuned.